Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. So today I have two knives to unbox for you guys. And as you guys can see, it's from Kansept Knives. Now Kansept reached out to me about a week ago and asked me if I wanted to check out some knives. And I couldn't say no. So they sent out the Korvid. This is the medium-sized one. And then we have the Main Street, which is one of the knives I've been wanting to check out for a while. So I'm really anxious to get that in hand. So let's get started with the Korvid medium sized. Now I've handled the medium one before, and I really like that size. I prefer it over the XL and the mini, which I have right here next to me. I'll show you guys that in just a moment. But the packaging that Kansept has is just really simple. You do get a cleaning cloth and a pamphlet here, which is, I don't know how many cleaning cloths I have from the knife companies, but they do come in handy since I'm always handling knives and I gotta clean them. You get a nice little pouch with a leather strip. And again, this is the medium-sized Korvid, which I do prefer. I really do prefer the medium size. I think it's just the perfect EDC size. And I'll compare them to the XL and the mini here in just a moment. But I decided to go with the dark green because everything is blacked out other than obviously the G10 or green G10 scales. But you can see here just a nice size. You do have a deep carry pocket clip. It's not reversible, which is a little unfortunate, but that is no issue to me since I am right-handed. But you do have a flipper tab. You have dual thumb studs and then the fuller, so quite a few options for deployment. And this is very snappy, at least from what I can remember from the last one that I handled. So these fly right out. They are riding on bearings. Spidey flick is easily doable. And then the thumb flick is very doable as well. And then even these dual fullers, you can spidey flick it. No problem. Far out. And then you can even thumb flick it from... It is doable, but it's hard to do on camera. But as you can see, very easily done. And the reason why I like the medium size, I think it's perfect in the hand, and it's not crazy big like the XL I have here. A great knife. Definitely has its purpose and its uses. I still have to do a full video on this one, but as you can see, a very giant knife compared to the medium one. And then I do have the mini, which is another knife I will be customizing soon here. But as you can see, very tiny. Even though this is a small knife, it is very useful, especially on a keychain. So there is an awesome use for this since it's a smaller knife. The XL is, I'd say, is a kitchen knife. But coming back to the medium size, again, I think it's the perfect size. Action's great. Ergos are great since you do have that very generous front finger choil, and really no hot spots, especially choking up or even choking back on it. It does tend to slip off the pinky a little bit, but still very comfortable. And I do like the aggressive jimping here, and it's not rough. They did smooth it out, so it does work. Feels good in hand. You can do a pinch grip, really get that tip control when you're doing little precise cuts. And the pocket clip is a deep carry, so you have very little exposed. And this is a Koch tool design. I love his designs as well. And what's really cool with Kansept, they did send me a code to share with you guys. So if you guys are interested in picking up any Kansept knives, you do get 10% off with the discount code down below in the description. And they also sent links for you guys to go through. If you choose to use those links, it does help the channel. But just want to let you guys know, again, all that info down below in the description. Now, the knife I really want to get my hands on, I've always wanted to get this knife. It caught my interest. It is a Dirk Pinkerton design, which I love his designs. I think he does beautiful work. But I think this knife will be a very good knife because it's very neutral. The handle design is very neutral, so I'm assuming it'll fit nicely in hand. And as you guys can see, the color of the G10 is what really caught my eye and just really pops. I need to find out where they sell this G10 because I would love to do some of my knives in this color. And I'm surprised how big this is. I thought it was going to be a little bit smaller, but I might be thinking of the Mini, which they do make a Mini Main Street. But there you go. And what's another thing that stood out to me is that they have a milled titanium pocket clip, which is really, really nice, especially with the price of this knife. The price isn't coming to me, but I'll leave it up on screen. So you're getting quite a bit for your money. And I just realized you do have the option to do tip down carry. A good majority of the knife community is not a fan of that, but you do have that option. And then your form of deployment is dual thumb studs here. But let's give this a flick since I do not know how the action feels, but yeah, I'd say that's really, really good. And this is writing on bearings. Yeah, it's writing on bearings. You do have a really snappy action. Spidey flick is no problem at all. And access to the liner lock is very generous, so very easily reachable. And it's a fresh knife, so it's not drop shutty, but I'm sure once I break it in, it'll be nice and smooth. It is smooth. There's no issues there. But so far, I like it. And the ergos are just as I expected. Very, very comfortable. You do have a neutral design and a very generous length. You guys can see I have room for another pinky, if you will. But yeah, I really, really like the size of this knife. And that blade shape is awesome. I mean, you can get, with a pinch grip, you can really get precision cuts with that tip. There's no sharpening choil, but it's not too bad. But that stonewash is really, really nice. I've always loved Kansept knives stonewash. And then I'm going to check out the tension on that titanium clip, which is very nice. It's not a strong tension, but it does work beautifully. And I do like that they put the longer gradual decline for the pocket clip on the inside, which really makes it easy to slide out of pocket. You do have two standoffs, and you do have some jimping here in the back, which is, I believe, easily accessible. Thumb feels good on it, especially when you put pressure. It does dig into that jimping. And then you do have some interesting jimping here. You have a smooth section down the center, and then the jimping on the side, which you can feel. You can kind of feel it once you put pressure. It is comfortable on the thumb. It's not as aggressive, that's for sure, which something I haven't felt before, but I don't mind it so far. And you do have a full flat grind here, 154 cm steel, which I believe is the same on the Korvid Medium. Yeah, so 154 cm steel blade. But I am very anxious to carry both of these, mainly the Main Street, since it is just a really clean design and it's not heavy at all. And really quick, just wanted to check how sharp these come from the factory. I've never had any issues with Kansept knives factory edge, so very sharp. Again, user error. This is always difficult to do with the camera, but as you guys can see, very sharp. And then we'll check out the Main Street here, which I'm assuming is going to be just as sharp or sharper. Yeah, that cuts through paper like butter. And there are the two knives that Kansept sent out. Again, shout out to them. Thank you, Kansept. And again, I will leave those discount codes and links down in the description for you guys to check out if you guys are interested in these knives. But as always, you guys, thank you for the support. And I will see you guys on the next one.